And we are back. Vacation Voch. We here kicking it. I never got a chance to react to the coaches' availability or whatever. So I got a couple of videos I'm going to be dropping throughout the week, just giving my thoughts and opinions. And these were never going to be like generic reactions or whatever, right? Just listening to the whole video. I kind of dug in there to see what I found was interesting, and I found some things that were interesting that we can actually take talking points away from. So if y'all found something interesting, y'all can please tap into me in the tap in with me in the chat or the comment section or whatever. But got a couple clips here. I want to keep it D-line today. I got Mike Zimmer's second interview, the one that was on .com, not the one that was with Buddy and Fella, but the one that was on .com. We're gonna run this a little bit, and then we got the other one from Coach. I don't know how to say his name, but Zgonina is either Zimmer Gonina Zhong. Hold on, where he go? This character here, all right, whatever his name is, Zhong. Okay, so we're gonna be tapped into him, and we're gonna be tapped into Mike Zimmer. I know how to say Zimmer, all right. So here we go. We're gonna kick it off with Zim. No, basically him talking about Mozzie and why he feels like Mozzie would be a little better in his scheme than that previous mess was running out there. Here we go.
Well, that's kind of what he did in college. He lost a lot of weight when he got here, and he was trying to be a attacking three technique to get up the field, and we're going to probably play blocks a little bit more than that. Try not to get reached, so linebackers know where they're supposed to fit, and so on and so forth. So, I guess that's the biggest thing.
It's interesting. I talked to Brian Broaddus a little bit ago. I mean, because we're friends now. I talked to him a little bit ago, and Stephen Jones went on the radio. He was all like, "Yeah, man, Mozzie probably be a little better, because what Mozzie is good at is what Zimmer's going to be asking him to do." So I asked Brian Broaddus, I was like, "Yo, Brian, is that truth or is that cap?" And me and Brian, both agreed that it was a little cap. I just thought that was kind of their way to cape for Mozzie a little bit. But that's kind of echoing what Mike Zimmer is saying right here. What Brother Jones said a little bit ago is that what Mozzie is going to be doing is playing. What did he say? Playing through blocks? Let me run back and see what he said. What'd you say, not Chuck?
Wait, when he got here and he was trying to be attacking.
First of all, attacking three tech is nonsense. Like, nobody asked Mozzie to do that. And I wouldn't say that it was conflicting reports, but the content creators was kind of on this wave about one of the reasons why Mozzie lost weight. And I think that's real life too. That can all but be confirmed, right? But I wonder, after Mozzie lost that weight, did they go, "All right, fuck it, we're just going to try to turn you into a pass rushing three tech"? That's nonsense.
Three technique to get up the field, and we're going to probably play blocks a little bit more than.
We're going to play blocks a little bit more here, right? We're going to get up there. We're going to two gap. We're going to read what you're doing. If you're inside zoning, I'm going to deal with that, how we deal with inside zoning. If you're going to be reaching, I'm going to be fighting to your outside. If you're down blocking, I'm going to work the other side of you. If you're wedge blocking, I'm going to play through you because they're trying to push behind your goof ass. So I do think that this will be better for Mozzie. And look, man, it might be something too, man. I ain't gonna say nothing crazy about the last administration, because they did do some solid things on defense. I ain't gonna say nothing too bad about Dan and them, but I do think there was a lot of situations to where dudes were just kind of moved around. Why is J-Ron playing linebacker? Why is Marquise playing linebacker? Why is J-Ron playing free? Why isn't Wanye on the field? Why is Michael Parsons in a 4-point stance on a rundown versus Trent Williams, not Trent Richardson, Trent Williams? Why is Osa in A gap? Why is Hankins in B gap? It was a lot of that going on with the Quinn administration. You know what I mean? So maybe Zimmer's gonna hunker this down a little bit just to keep everybody's jobs and their roles making a little bit of sense there. Let's move around a little bit. He talked about Micah Parsons' usage. It's actually, hey, yo, look, in all this video is courtesy of DallasCowboys.com, all right? Will still had that joke. I thought it was hilarious because, we ain't going to say nothing else. But, hey, man, well, like, how you going to be using Micah Parsons and all that? Mike Zimmer had this to say. Well, if I can,
this morning talking about other things we can do with him, and you know, he's such a dynamic player that I said this the other day that, you know, the offenses are always going to know where he's at, and so, you know, they're going to turn protections to him. They're going to, you know, have the back help chip no matter what it is. And a lot of the games he played last year that I watched, you know, the offenses had a good scheme where they get 2 tight ends on him and all those things. So we're gonna obviously gonna move him around, doing different things with him, but we're gonna use him some ways where we're getting the protection turned the way we want it turned, and then able to win on the other side. And there's sometimes we're going to, you know, try to overload a protection where he gets a one-on-one.
So Micah at a very high percentage. Get your ass out of the way, Mike. Micah at a very high percentage last year played defensive end. A high predictable amount. Micah was at a high percentage on the right side of the defense. A very predictable amount. And if Micah's going to be in one place, then you could just kind of, you know, you can game plan for that. Shouts out to Will Steele. He's a homie. He's my friend in real life. And I hit him up. I say, hey man, Micah lined up over the scrub who would be the right tackle here. That'll be beneficial to us. And, you know, he'll line up over there and make a play. Then he'll go right back to right defensive end for 12 plays or something like that. And then me and Sky would be texting me like, hey, man, you line Mike up over the center because the center just happened to be the scrub. Hey, man, you line Mike up over the center. We might be on to something. He'll make a play over the center, and you make a play over the center. He'll go right back to right defensive end. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What Zimmer is saying is there needs to be a counter to the counter to the counter. The offense is always going to know where Micah is. Him, Your Honor. Like, we always going to know where Micah Parsons is going to be lined up at, right? So Zimmer is saying, and I ain't never heard Dan Quinn say this explicitly, but he could have thought it, but he ain't say it. We're going to do things on purpose, and we're going to use their knowledge of where Micah is against them. So he was like, hey, man, we may overload to do X, Y, Z, right? So, yeah, offensive line, we may stack up bodies on your right side to make you slide to the right to keep your quarterback safe. But now Micah's one-on-one with your left tackle. Cool. Or we'll play good on good, and we'll keep Sam one-on-one or something like that. But now what we're doing is that we're stacking Micah and D-Law next to each other. So D-Law could be at 3-tech and Micah could be at the 5, a one-on-one. Or D-Law could be at the 5, Osa could be at the 3, and Micah could line up behind him, and now you're forcing a running back to block Micah Parsons. Like, there's a lot of shit you could do with Micah Parsons, right? And I ain't saying that Dan didn't do a lot of things with Micah. I just simply wanted Dan to do more things with Micah. But it is what it is. They asked Mike Zimmer. They said, hey, man, Mike Nolan was in the they ain't say it like this, but this is how Voch saying it because I'm messy. I was like, hey, man, Mike Nolan was in the booth. And he was so garbage up there, boy. And then Dan Quinn was in the booth. I mean, he was cool, but he was up there. Zimmer, you gonna be in the booth? Now, mind you, the people that's asking questions ain't say it like this. How Voch say it, but they ain't say it like this. It was like, yo, Mike, you gonna be in the booth? Mike said that.
What comes with that?
Well, I've always been on the sideline, number one. And number two, I want to catch them when they come off so I can talk to them. And if there's adjustments that need to be made, then I want to be able to sit down and do it with them. And, a lot of times I tell them if they mess up, go on the other end, don't come by me.
Hey, come here. Come here. You, come here. You save so much time by just going, hey, come here. You, come here. I hadn't had a coach grab me by the shoulder pads, keeping my clavicle safe, my clavicle pad. Hey, come here. You, come here. What you seeing? What you saw? What they doing? They trash? And I've also seen the other side. I've had somebody pull them to the side and be like, hey, put these on. Hey, you put the headphones on. What up, coach? Look at what I've had both. I've had both. I like the immediate feedback a little better. It happens quicker. The immediate feedback happens much quicker. I can pick up I actually still got the dry erase marker board over there. I can actually pick up the dry erase marker board and draw what I'm seeing. Hey, Voch, Coach want to talk to you. What's up, Coach? What they doing, Voch? Oh, you gotta. I like it much better when they're on the sideline with you. You know what I mean? And Zim say, hey, dog, bring your ass over here. I got to talk to you. Now, this other character here. I know one of these letters is, I know how to say his name. I just don't know how to say his name. I know Nina is how to say it. I know Nina's on the end of it. But either the Z is silent or the G is silent. All this explaining just leads you to know that I don't know how the hell to say his name, but I know how to say it. It's Zgonina or Gunina or Janina. I know somebody named Janina. She's cool people. But Zanina. Look at this motherfucker, man. This Captain America ass. Look at this 90s wrestler Street Fighter character you got right here, dog. Zim brought a lot of stoic dudes with him. He brought a lot of stoic, no-nonsense dudes with him. Zgonina, Gunther is another character that Coach DB's. We're going to talk about him on another show, but a lot of no-nonsense people. They knocked over a lot of microphones. If y'all listen to these series of interviews and coach availabilities, they accidentally knocked over a lot of microphones that day. Just sorry. There's a lot of testosterone in these rooms. I ain't saying we was too nice in the last administration, because look, man, when you have a breakup, that's when you think about all the negative shit you could say about somebody. But it's a lot of mean looking dudes in this group of coaches we got here. So just to confirm what Zimmer said, we got Zgonina, Jeff Zgonina up in here. Let's see what he got to say. He was talking about I got him confirming Mozzie right here. Here we go. If I can just hit the button, if I can just hit play. Here we go.
Nuances of that.
Well, I think he's gonna be able to play blocks more than just getting upfield.
I like when you listen to everybody talk and they're using the same languages. You know what I'm saying? That's always something I've liked. So when you hear players talk, you hear the assistants, you hear the big coaches, you hear Mike talk. When everybody's speaking the same languages, that mean ain't nobody lying. You know what I mean? So I think one thing that they've talked about a bunch, and they come in front of the microphones and they say to us that, hey man, we're gonna play a lot more blocks here. We're gonna play a lot more blocks here. We're not just gonna attack gaps. We're gonna put hands on dudes and let linebackers run free here. So here we go.
All right. Not disrespecting the previous coaches that were here or anything. It's just different system.
Them boys trash, boy. Boys trash, man. We don't do all that. Man, we got to earn the right to rush the passer, bro. We ain't just finna be just running all upfield without like a chicken with our head cut off all willy-nilly. We got to play some blocks. How can I appropriately defeat a reach block if I'm not defeating the reach block first? How can my linebackers navigate within inside zone blocks if you don't have defensive linemen destroying inside zone? You got to break down the blocks. Break the walls down. Chris Jericho voice, you know what I'm saying? Like, just all that upfieldy shit. We're going to rush the passer, bro.
Style of D-line play that, coaches.
It's different over here.
So I think it suits him better. Instead of just running upfield, he's going to play blocks. He's going to grind blocks and double teams and all that stuff, especially in the run game.
So his get-off philosophy is going to be different.
Yeah, especially at the nose tackle position. Yes, it is.
Man, we ain't doing all that change your stance, all that. On your mark, get set. Man, we not running 40s, bro. We breaking blocks down is what they say. Talk your shit, Jeff Zgonina. Zaboomer fool. Talk your shit, man. Chat, what the name is? Look, it's Jeff. What that word say? What that word say, chat? Somebody put it in the chat phonetically so I can know. So I can know what he say. this is a small tidbit, but I did think it was interesting. We kind of knew this already, but we just getting a little bit of confirmation. Marshawn Kneeland confirmation, right?
That's what we looked at, throughout the whole process. You like to have ends that can play inside, especially on sub downs, and then vice versa. It could be a play outside on rundowns.
Marshawn Kneeland B gap is confirmed. That ain't nothing that's been said before, but hey, I'll take your confirmation, sir. But that comes with having bigger dudes, and he said on sub down. So of course, pass rushing situations, you know what I mean? You want him to be a primary run defender. And then if you want him to be a B gap pass rusher, cool. But man, that DeMarcus Lawrence comparison, bro. Not old D-Law. Like Boise State D-Law was, he was a little slim. He was a pass rusher and all that. But like, man, y'all got to remember, man, D-Law developed into a violent, big body, rundown guy. You know what I'm saying? And it just seems like he's going down the same path. It seems like Marshawn Kneeland's going down the same path that D-Law is going down. So that's good. That's perfect. At this time stamp, I just put working with Greg. That comes, you have issues sometimes where you just do a whole bunch of content in general because, hey, sometimes you forget who the fuck Greg is. But it's okay. We're going to go ahead and run this clip and see who the hell Greg is.
So it's going to be good. The yin and the yang, he's more mild.
Greg Ellis. He's talking about Greg. Go. All right, so bet. So what he's trying to explain here is he's big D-line coach. Greg is the assistant D-line coach, but they're so different. And Greg is more of a quiet, Tony Dungy type chill dude, right? And Zgonina is a serial killer of a coach, okay? And he even likened back to Ryan Kerrigan when he was coaching with the Washington Football Wizards. Ryan Kerrigan was a quiet character, and he was the opposite of him, right? So this is basically Coach breaking down the differences between him and his assistant D-line coaches. And I thought this was very interesting, and we got a banger of a clip on this next one.
Love being the next player, So it's going to be good. The yin and the yang, he's more mild and I'm a little bit more of a loose cannon, they say. So it works, just like Ryan. Ryan didn't say much, he was the calming soul where I was the raging lunatic.
A raging lunatic as a D-line coach. Me and Will still talked about this a little bit because we're friends in real life. What's it like to have a raging lunatic at D-line? I think, having a chill wide receiver coach, makes a little sense. Robert Prince and them. You may want to have a chill tight ends coach. A chill quarterback's coach is fine, you know what I'm saying? But I think a maniac D-line coach could be positive for you. Like a maniacal D-line coach is positive for you. And this clip kind of sums it up. And I'm going to get my "Did you hear what I said" button ready because I love this clip. I think I got the question in here too. Let me see. Okay, so basically what they asked, and I'll just still play it. What they asked was, they was like, "Hey, coach," they ain't say it like this. This is how Voch said it. They was like, "Hey, coach, how important do you think it is?" Like I said, they ain't say it. How important do you think it is for your D line to work with the rookie offensive line and to give them help in practices and camp and all that? And crazy ass Zgonina said this.
Veteran.
Mike McCarthy spoke last year training him about how the competition between the offensive line and defensive line.
The competition between the offensive and defensive line is so important.
So important for both of those groups to develop.
For both those groups and developing players and all that.
Last year, going into this training camp specifically, do you kind of take it upon yourself and your unit to help those rookies on the offensive line kind of develop and maybe get their butt whooped a couple times?
Oh, I don't care about the rookies.
Did you hear what I said?
Here we go!
Hear what I said?
Yes. We created it. A similar vested technique. No, not this. You're right. It's totally. You were right.
Man, I don't care nothing about Cooper Beebe, bro. I don't care nothing about Nathan Thomas. I damn sure don't give a damn about no Tyler Guyton. I care nothing of those gentlemen. They finna get their ass whooped just like everybody else.
On the offensive line, kind of develop and maybe get their butt whooped a couple times.
Oh, I don't care about the rookies. I don't care about anybody in the O-line. I'm a D-line coach. Coach Lurie's a hell of a football coach. I worked with him before. I've competed against him. And every time I've played against him, either in Seattle and then here, I tell my guys, it's personal for me, because I'm going against Coach Solari. He's a hell of a football coach. And my guys, every day we're going to go out there. I don't care who lines up in front, we're going to whip their ass. I don't care, you know, I know it's our teammates, but we're going to get them ready. They're going to get us ready.
With a guy like Micah, you're
man, dog, I just want to beat Solari so goddamn bad. I just want to beat the shit out of Solari. Dog, Coach Xylophone say, I just want to beat the shit out of Solari, man. Look, I've competed with him and against him. This is personal. I'm trying to smoke them at practice. I'm trying to get them ready. They trying to get us ready, man. I don't care nothing about Tyler Guyton and his baby steps. I'm trying to smoke shit. I'm trying to smoke it fifth. Oh man, Chad, is that the energy we've been missing? Is that the energy we've been missing around here? I think it could be positive. I think it is positive. I think that level of competition and accountability and you know, ride for my hitters, I die for my hitters, F them other hitters. I think that's all important here. I think that's all important here. And I think you're gonna see that competition is gonna definitely pay off on the field, man. Cause I ain't gonna say what I told I ain't gonna say what I told the rest of my characters, man. But hey, it's a big difference with what we had last year. All right. That's all I got for y'all, man. I got another video coming up. I wanna break down some of these offensive guys, and then we're gonna tap in with Solari and see what he had to say. This is Vacation Voch. I'll tap in with y'all a little bit. All right, peace.